Hello everybody and welcome to Car Confections. Now sitting behind me is the all-new 2025 BMW X3. Now this vehicle is a very important product for the BMW brand, and it's debuting a lot of new lighting that is new to the BMW brand as well. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is looking at all that lighting as well as discussing just some general elements about this BMW X3. So let's go ahead and get into it. So of course we're going to start out by discussing what happens as you approach the vehicle. Now I went ahead and kind of stepped back away from the vehicle because this does have proximity sensing. So as you can see, when I get close to it, it's going to go ahead and do some welcome animations. And unlike BMW products in the past, you can certainly see those kidney grills right up front and center because they are fully illuminated, and that goes ahead and turns on when you approach, as well as your daytime running light. Additionally, as we head around to the side, you'll find some more lighting. We have a BMW M puddle lamp that will illuminate here on the side, and then you also have illuminated door handles as well. So if I open up the door, you'll see that all of this is illuminated underneath, as well as that BMW M logo. Now, once I open up the door, you can see that the interior is going to have quite a lot going on as well. We'll talk about all the interior lighting in just a minute, but I want to go ahead and start it up so we can take a look at all the exterior lighting first and foremost. This is the M50 model, so this is the high performance version, so it does have a very powerful inline six. Sounds quite good as well. So let's start out here with the exterior design. Now, of course, the X3 is all new this year, so it's going to have a little bit of a more bold presence than the older model, that's for sure. And that's going to start out with the front end design. As you can see, you're going to see a lot of that front end design because our kidney grills, which are enlarged this year, are a lot brighter, obviously, at nighttime because it has this tracing going around the outside edge. It is very recognizable as a BMW at nighttime. As a matter of fact, it kind of looks, like a BMW XM. That vehicle had the illuminated grille, and you'll see that here at nighttime. Now, as far as the headlights are concerned, we have some very premium headlights. I'll talk about the performance of these headlights as we head into the interior, but we lived with this vehicle for a full week, and I have to say these are very nice headlights. So you have your crystal beams for your low beams, and then these also double as your high beam over here on the left-hand side. And then as far as the daytime running light and turn signal indicator, that is going to have a unique look for 2025. It is worth noting there are not any fog lights or anything like that, so it's just going to all be integrated into this headlight unit itself. But one cool thing that it does have is cornering ability, so it'll kind of illuminate the corners as you turn the wheel. Now, moving around the side of the vehicle, we have some very aggressive wheels on board for this model. This, of course, is the M50, so the performance-oriented version. We also have red brake calipers. And as far as the mirrors are concerned, we have a gloss black finish. It's going to be a heated mirror with blind spot monitoring and power folding. Additionally, it has auto dimming on just the driver's side. So I wish it was on both sides, but I do like the fact that they are including auto dimming at least on the driver's side. Now, I do want to point out, if you want to know all the details about the X3, we do have a daytime review where we talk about the sizing and all of those things. I'm going to be focused mainly on the lighting in this video, so if you'd like to check out the main X3 video, you can find a link to that down below. Now, as far as the rear is concerned, a completely new look for this model as well. So as you can see, it's a little bit more sleek here in the back with not much going on. You just have your BMW logo. And then as far as the taillights are concerned, we have a full LED unit, as you might expect for a luxury vehicle. It has that kind of cool design going through here. This is your brake light and your turn signal indicator. It's going to be a nice red finish. And then your reverse light is also going to be LED, and that's going to be integrated down here in the bumper area. Speaking of other lighting, I am happy to tell you that your license plate lighting is LED as well. And let's go ahead and check out the cargo area, power tailgate. And as far as lighting is concerned here in the cargo area, you do have these nice lights here on the side. So the side lights will kind of illuminate your entire cargo area. You don't have anything coming out of the ceiling, so that's a little disappointing, but at least you have these side lights to kind of give you that nice cast of lighting throughout the entire cargo area. And then you do also have a light right here in the trunk itself. But guys, we need to go ahead and check out the interior because there's a lot of cool lighting in there, way cooler than the outside. But first, if you're new here, we're brothers and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We started young, and since then we've reviewed over 2,000 cars at every price point.
And if you want to know about all the latest and greatest rides, then make sure to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family.
Let's learn a lot and have some fun with all the newest cars.
All right, so let's take a look at the interior. So walking up to the vehicle, once I unlock the door, as you can see, the entire interior is just going to come to life. So one of the big elements about the X3 is that they've kind of replaced a lot of the materials that we had in the previous model, like wood trim with lighting. So it better be cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. As you can see, when you get inside, you have that kind of white illumination first, and then it switches over to whatever color you selected. We've done blue for this model, so that looks quite nice. Then shutting up the door. Let's go ahead and start it up. When you start it up, the headlights will do a little bit of an animation as well. They'll bend down and then go back up. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the individual details. So starting out with individual details, such as the headlights, let's go ahead and discuss this. As you can see, this is just the low beam right there. Like I said, these are very bright headlights. As a matter of fact, we actually own a BMW 3 Series. It's a 2023 model, and despite them having completely different headlight designs, I will say they're just as bright as our 3 Series, which is certainly high praise because those are some of the best headlights I've ever experienced. This is the low beam. As you can see, that's your high beam. It shines way up there, no problem whatsoever. And in order to activate your high beam, you have to kind of push this button on the end of the stock, and then that's going to bring up this separate menu where you can then turn on your auto high beams. I wish it was just kind of one button to turn on the auto high beams. Our BMW 3 Series is one button. This is a little bit more complicated than need be, but like I said, these are very good headlights. And then, of course, you can see your head-up display right there. It is a very large head-up display that has a lot of pertinent information inside. Now, here's your gauge cluster. Your gauge cluster is going to be a full digital setup. It's, of course, highly configurable as well, depending on what information you want inside. It looks very crisp here at nighttime. Then here's your steering wheel. This is BMW's newest design steering wheel. It's a little bit more blocky than steering wheel designs in the past. All of your buttons are going to be a nice white finish on board here, so that's pretty nice. It's a manual telescoping steering wheel, and you have rain sensing wipers as well. Now let me look over here at the door trim. So this is a luxury car after all, so you do want to have a lot of lighting when it comes to the door trim. We have some lighting. So as you can see, you have this piece right through here. This is customizable for a lot of different colors, and you also have your X3 branding. It's all going to be illuminated pretty nicely, but I will say I kind of miss having some lights over here on the main part of the door. Our window switches and stuff are all going to be illuminated in a nice white color, so that's pretty good. And then you have a little bit of footwell lighting as well in the same ambient lighting color. Now I'll let you take a look at just the rest of the ambient lighting. You have this little light bar right through the center area that's going to be very prominent at night, and then you also have this piece that goes around the cup holder and storage area. This can be customized in a lot of different colors, and one of the cool things that I like about it is that depending on what drive mode you select, it's going to change color. So if I go into sport mode, you'll see that it turns red, but it also will kind of do a multicolor right there. So you can see it does red and blue, which of course are the BMW M colors. It really does create a nice atmosphere in here. It seems expensive and luxurious. I just wish there might have been a little bit more lighting on board. Center console is going to have a little light down there in the bottom. And then you have this whole area, which is devoted to your BMW controller for your infotainment system. We have a Harman Kardon sound system on board. Honestly, I was pretty disappointed with this sound system after living with it this week, but one of the cool things pertaining to a night video at least, is the fact that the Harman Kardon branding for the audio system is illuminated, so you can easily see that at nighttime that you sprang for the expensive audio system. Here's your shifter, down for drive, up for reverse. Of course, we have a 360-degree camera on this model. Pretty good resolution. It's your typical BMW setup, so you do even have the ability to do a 3D spin as well. Resolution really doesn't get crusty even at nighttime, so very pleasantly surprised with this. And you also have the backup assistant as well. Let's press the P for park. And then let's talk about the climate controls. All of that is going to be integrated here in the screen as far as like the temperature adjustment, as well as things like the heated and ventilated seat buttons. So that's, take it what you wish on that. It's going to have a little bit more of a difficulty to use as compared to just a physical switch. But the real interesting thing about it is the fact that you have these little controls that actually will turn on and off the vent, and then you can't adjust the vent without using these little rollers down here. Now, I have to say I'm not a fan of that at all. It's very hard to see them in the daytime, and it's extremely hard to see them at nighttime because they're not illuminated. So if you want to adjust your vent at nighttime, good luck. BMW says you should probably just do that in the daytime. Now, as far as the ambient lighting, it does also have a few other tricks up its sleeve. So if you put things like the hazards on, it does actually interact in the cabin. So as you can see, you have the flashing ambient lighting going on through here as well. Now, as far as the main infotainment screen, it's going to be about 14 inches in size, very high resolution. It's running the latest software. Very nice stuff going on through here. You also have things like wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto as well. And then let me go ahead and toggle us to the ambient lighting menu. So now I've found that menu. As you can see, you can adjust the brightness right here. You can also reduce the brightness at nighttime, and then you can also go in here and turn on and off all the lighting effects. So as you can see, you actually do different effects if someone is calling you, for instance. So definitely they've focused a lot on the lighting, which I think is a good move. It makes it feel high-tech inside of this cabin. But do be aware, they did kind of reduce the materials down a little bit for this new model in replacement of that. Now up here at the top, pertinent information would be the fact that you have an auto-dimming interior mirror. You also have all interior LED lighting. So as you can see up here, go ahead and turn that on. That's your LED lighting. You can turn all of it on by pressing that button right there, I believe. Yeah, or actually right here. Yeah, there we go. Now all of the interior lighting is on. It's definitely very bright, so you can get anything you need accomplished at nighttime. And then we do also have a panoramic moonroof. Just be aware, this panoramic moonroof does not open up, and it also doesn't have the cool lights in it, kind of like the BMW X5 that has the shooting stars going through it. That's not going to be here on the BMW X3. Let's see what the rear seat lighting is like. So opening it up, you do have some footwell lighting. And then let's go ahead and shut up the door. This is what the whole interior view looks like. Definitely looks pretty cool from the back seat. And then, as you can see, we have the footwell lighting, but one thing I'm kind of annoyed by is the fact that we don't have the same cool lighting as we have in the front, even though it's really hard to see here in the back seat area. We have a similar door handle shape and stuff, but they're kind of cheaping out and not giving you the ambient lighting here in the back. You do have one little bulb right where your door grab is, but you're not going to have the full cool customizable ambient lighting colors here in the rear. You do have the illuminated Harman Kardon logo, but I definitely would have liked to have seen more ambient lighting here in the rear. And then as far as the center area, your vents don't have any illumination or anything, but you do have illumination for your USB ports. And guys, that's going to wrap up our night review of the all-new BMW X3. If you enjoyed watching this video or found it helpful in your purchasing decisions, which we hope you did, we'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. By subscribing, you're going to be a part of our Car Confections family, and we have a lot of fun on this channel. I promise you won't want to miss out. Also, if you're looking to buy a BMW X3 or any new vehicle, we'd encourage you to go to carconfections.com/newcarquotes. Now, the reason you do that is because we have a tool on our website that will connect you with local car dealers in your area to get you the best price. It's also going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealership negotiation. If you'd like to take advantage of that, as well as things like our monthly payment tool, we'd encourage you to use that in our video description, as well as a pinned comment down below. Guys, that's all for this video. If you want to check out the X3 in more detail in the daytime, be sure to hop on over to our daytime review. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies, and good night.